into the box?
I am actually drilling a hole in the box to allow air circulation.
So, why there is space between the boxes?
Yes, it is because it's also for drainage if there are some moisture or water.
What is composting?
Composting is nature's process of recycling decomposed materials into rich soil. So it's basically giving nutrients back into the ground for the trees and flowers.
And how does it work?
Okay, you won't know? Let's go outside then, I'll show you. Okay. Yes.
Do you want to know how to start composting? We put leaves as bedding. We're making bed ready for the compost.
Now we're getting worms from outside compost. Fatwa, can you bring them? If it's hard for you to find worms nearby your house, then search on internet. I'm quite sure that you'll find a place where you can buy worms.
What can you put into your compost?
Cabbage, carrots, and the rest. Those stuff you have chopped out and then you don't have use for it in the kitchen, and instead of putting it into the dustbin which will get rotten and be smelling, you can make good use of it by feeding the compost. So what you need to do, you cannot put them as big as this into the box because it is an indoor compost. So in order to also help the composting speed up, so what you need is to slash them very small. Yes, this way. Yeah, so you have to chop them to very small pieces. There are certain things you cannot compost, such as meat as you mentioned, and then you cannot also keep fish bones on it, though you can, but it is not recommended to use cooked vegetables because it will slow down the process. So it is better to use fresh vegetables to do the composting.
So this is what the final product of our compost looks like. You can see there's like some bits of vegetables in here, but they're pretty much decomposed. This is after about 5 weeks of starting the process. And what you have to make sure to do is you add vegetables about every 2 times a week or so, so once every 4 days or about once every 4 days, and just make sure you keep stirring it, mixing it up so that the vegetables get turned around, all the compost gets turned around, or else it will start molding or rotting. And it's also very important, it tends to get very moist because of the moisture from the vegetables, and then that's when the mold starts forming. So it's important that you have enough holes poked in the sides and stuff, in the top, and if you notice that there's condensation forming along the top, or there's mold and forming on the compost, then just remove the top for a few days or so.
Does it smell?
No, actually it doesn't smell at all. If you continue with the steps, if you continue to mix it up, you watch it, you check on it every 2 or 3 days or so, it really shouldn't smell. And that's pretty important for when you're composting inside. You don't want the smell of like rotting vegetables and stuff. But see, since these vegetables, they're pretty decomposed, you can just go ahead and add more. You don't want to add too many though, because then it can start to rot and smell, and the process will be slowed down. So.
Why do you compost?
Because I want to improve the soil quality in my area, and also don't use so much chemical fertilizer anymore.
Yeah, why do you think it's a good idea to make compost indoors in a flat?
Because then I don't have to throw out so much garbage, and I can use the soil for my small plants at the balcony.